Hello all and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to this playlist actually, which is the Python tutorial for beginners. As you can see, this is the second video of this tutorial. This tutorial is going to focus on Python installation and you'll finally create your first Python program. So um, that's what we're focusing in this video today. And if you already haven't watched the first video of my tutorial, you can go ahead and search up the playlist on YouTube and you'll find the first video. Now I'll be posting multiple videos in this playlist which will help you learn Python. Again, you require no prior knowledge of Python or programming to do this course. Right. So that's what we're talking today, Python installation, and you'll make your first program. Now let's start. So of course we're focusing on Python installation here. Now to install Python, we first have to open this website which is python.org, and inside that we can go to the downloads section of the website, or you can directly open this link as I have it here, python.org/downloads, using a browser of course. So this is the link. You have to open it using a browser. That's the first step. Second step, once you open this link, it'll once you open python.org, you just have to click on the download button to download the Python installer. Now it will automatically suggest you the latest version, as you can see here, latest version for Windows. And if you have some other operating systems such as Mac OS or Linux, you can of course click on those buttons as well to download download Python accordingly. Now once you click on the download button, the downloading process of the Python installer will start, and once it's done, it will show up in your downloads folder like this. So again, once Python installer has been downloaded, launch it by going to your downloads folder and double clicking on it. So it's a very easy task. Just go to this file, double click on it, and it'll start launching. Then your Python installation will start. Now before starting up the Python installation, the main thing is to specify the location of where Python will be located. Now by default, Python takes it in your C users. You can of course customize it by going to this customize installation button, clicking on it, and typing in your particular uh, not typing in actually, by specifying the particular folder or particular directory you want to keep this Python in. Yeah, so you can even add a custom location. And very importantly, don't forget this guys, as you can see here, it's highlighted in red. Add Python 3.6 is written here, of course, for the latest version, that is add Python to path. This is very important, as this is what will help us later to make projects. So it is very important to add Python to path. So so you have to remember to um, include this checkbox while you're downloading. Right, so once you click on the install now button, it'll download, and it'll install, and once Python is done installing, it'll show this message saying setup was successful. Now this is how you install Python. Right, so once you're done with installing Python, as I just showed you, the now when you go to your Windows search bar and type for Python, you'll see this app known as Ideally Python. Now this is where you can actually write code to make Python programs. You can even click on new file to create another Python file and click on the run button to run your program. This is one way in which you can write Python programs. However, most programmers, and even I personally, do not prefer this way, since the way of coding this is not very effective. You can't actually make much better programs using Ideally. You can make the basic ones, but it's harder to make the complex programs. Hence, for these purposes, most of the programmers out there prefer an IDE. Now, what is an IDE? You can search up the internet as well. Let me just go here. Yes, IDE, full form. So IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. So what is it? It's a software application that helps programmers develop software code efficiently. Now, how does this help, you may ask? Now, if you code in Ideally, you may not actually get many features from the app itself. You won't get any features from Python Ideally. However, if you code in an IDE for Python, such as PyCharm or VS Code, you can get many more features. You can even color and encode your program so that you know more about your programs. You'll get a lot of features from the app itself. such as PyCharm provides their own features, VS Code provides their own features. I personally use PyCharm for Python. Now I'll just show you quickly how to install PyCharm in VS Code. For the installation of PyCharm, you just have to type PyCharm download. Yeah, download. So you'll get this download PyCharm link. Just go there, and if you have Windows, download it for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Now the community version is free. The professional version does have a free 30-day trial, but you have to pay for it once the trial gets over. I personally use the community version. You can install it for your personal operating system. Now this is how you install PyCharm. You can go through the steps of installing, and it'll be very easy for you to install PyCharm. In the same way, you can even install VS Code. VS Code download. Download Visual Studio Code. Again, it's available for Mac, Linux, and Windows. Now, this is the speciality of most of these IDEs. You can get it for various other operating systems. So this is how you download it. You click on this button, it'll start the downloading process, and you just go through the installation. Once the installer gets downloaded in both, just go to your downloads folder and double click on the installer. The installation process will start. Now, once you're done with installing, I will finally do what I promised you at the starting, your first Python code. Now, I've already opened PyCharm here. As you can see, I've created a project called First Python Program. Now, I'll even show you how to create a project. So, let me just go to File and show you that. So, to create a new project, you have to go to File and click on this New Project button. And if you open PyCharm for the first time, then again there should be a new project button available. So you click on this new project button. It goes here. Now instead of Python project, you can type any other project name you want. Like I just typed first Python project. I'm not going to do that again. You can do that. It'll even ask you the location. Now the location is set to default where you have made a PyCharm projects folder. Like for me, it's already there, PyCharm projects. Also, your base interpreter will already be set with the Python you just installed, which I made you install. Yes, so now let's get back here. Now your first basic code is going to use the print function. Now what is the print function? It's a function which enables the users to enter some particular code into the terminal. Now remember, Python is case sensitive. This is very important. So it differentiates between, let's say, print in this format and capital print. So if I type that, let's say, yeah, this. So as you can see, it's showing me an error here. This red icon shows an error, and these are weak warnings, errors, and yeah, there are other um, warnings like that. So hence, you just have to remember for now that Python is a case sensitive language. Typing capital print won't make anything. You have to type print in this way. All should be small. Now inside this print, you can write a string, you can write an integer, and if you don't know about data types in Python, you can go ahead and check my YouTube short about that particular thing, the different data types in Python. Of course, I will cover it in this tutorial as well. But if you want to learn that ahead, you can of course see my YouTube short. Yes, so your first Python code is this much, just this much. Print hello world. Now I'll give you like 3 to 4 seconds to guess what this will do. So your time starts now. Now, if you guess that this will print hello world inside the terminal, yes, you are correct. Let's run it. Hello world. This is your first Python program. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe and come back for the next video. Thank you.